Hi everybody, Jo here again. How you doing? I hope you're feeling well today. I hope it's a good day for you. I have to say it's very grey, wet and muddy here in Cheshire in the UK. So I hope you've got some sun, something to brighten up your day. Now, I just wanted to pop in and have a little bit of a crafty catch up with you to tell you about something that's going on the Aall Create Fanatics page. Now, if you're on Facebook, there's a group, Aall Create Fanatics, and this challenge, you can find out all about it on there, but also on the Aall Create website. And what it is Janet Klein is one of the designers for Aall Create, and she creates the most fantastic stamps and stencils. I mean, I've got some of her stencils here, and you've seen me using them before. And what she's done is she's organised a challenge, and it's running through January, February and March. And in January, she gave us a list of prompts to make little Polaroids. Now, some of you might be too young to know what Polaroids are. I have to say, I'm not. I was that era when we had, when I was little, mind you, I'm still little. Okay. When I was younger, we used to take photographs on cameras, and yes, they went off to the chemist or the shop, and a week later you'd get them back and find out you'd actually missed the main thing you wanted, and you'd missed the opportunity of that photograph. I mean, ladies, gentlemen, do you remember those days? Anyway, the Polaroid camera was invented, and you got instant photographs, and they came out of the camera like this sort of thing, and you would have the photograph there with this white surround. But what was good was you got an instant photograph. And I remember when Adam, our first son, was born, my parents had a Polaroid camera, and they had big cassettes that went in it, and we were allowed to borrow it, so we could actually take instant photographs of Adam as a newborn. Do you know, it was, honestly, it was revolutionary then. None of this phone thing where you can take a photo and email it, send it off across the world straight away. Anyway, enough of that. You know me. So sorry, I do digress. So Janet and Abs, between them, got together and launched this challenge. And the idea is that you produce a Polaroid type photograph. And as I say, there's a list of 30 prompts, and you can take the prompt wherever you want and produce a Polaroid. Now, the only thing is to use, obviously, Janet Klein stamps. And I have to say, I've got so many of them, stamps and stencils, washi tape. So it was an absolute gift for me. And I made mine. Oh, just to tell you, in case you need to know the sizes, I've put mine, or I'm starting to put mine in an album. And that's what I thought I'd just pop along and share with you. And on my first page, I've just put the sizes. So if you need to know the outer piece of card, you can get dies for this as well. I have seen a couple of companies have got dies out, and it's 3.5 inches by 4.2 inches. And then the smaller piece is 3.1 inches. And we've got centimetres as well there. So the first thing I did was cut myself a lot of pieces of card in these sizes, and then I started creating. Now I've got some in the album that I'll show you, but these are ones that are waiting to go in the album. And I have to say, I had great fun. But for me, I wanted to add an extra twist, and I love, so we have a stamp set here from Janet, and it's called Chicken Dance. Now you will know, those of you that follow me, you'll know I have a thing. My parents keep hens, and we used to show hens, and my mum was a judge, and it's a whole, if you're into anything like dog shows, well, for hens they have the same thing. And anyway, so I'm a bit obsessed with chickens. So this is just one of my favourite all-time stamp sets. So I decided I was going to have this Mr. Chicken, and he was going to be photobombing each of my Polaroid Pops. And that's just in my little head. I wanted to have a theme running through. So that was the premise behind that. So these are some of the ones I've got to stick in yet. And obviously, we've got the coffee cup. And he's there. Got a lovely baking one here. My friend Lisa did say I should have had him coming out of the oven looking like that, and I did think, you know, that was a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? So maybe the next one. That's lovely because there is actually a stamp with the ingredients for the sugar cookies there. Got a lovely arty one here, look. And you can have great fun. You can add colour. You can colour however you want. Obviously, best friends here. Your backgrounds, you can ink through stencils. You can stamp. Lovely travel one there, look. And look at his face. He's just trying to... I think he wants to get in the luggage. I did try to put him in a handbag, but he wouldn't quite fit. So they're my ones waiting. And so I have started the album, and I just thought I'd show you, because if you're joining in, and as I say, this challenge is open for February and March, and there are prizes, so do go and check it out. In the description box, I'll put a link so you can find out more if you would like. So some of the ones I've put in here already, and what I've done for each page, I've just done a very general watery background. You know I love splashing inks and water, so I've just used some watercolour paints and given a little background, trying to replicate some of the colours. Now I wanted to keep the background quite plain, so I've just put the title. And my handwriting isn't very neat, but I do think in journaling it's important to have some of your own handwriting. It's something of you. We don't do enough actual handwritten letters anymore. Everything's email. And so for me, it's important to have a little bit of, even if you don't like your handwriting, like I said, I don't like mine, but that's mine. And I have got Mr. Chicken on here. So this was the first one I did, which was day one, which was sitting down. And again, you can interpret the design however you want. Mr. Chicken's obviously there. The second one I joined in was day 2. You can do all 30 if you want. And this was wings for things. And of course, for me, he wasn't photobombing on this one. He's star of the show. And the background, I've just used Janet's washi tape. So again, once you start doing it, honestly, you have such fun. And my next one on here, this was day 6, and this was friendship. So I've got a couple of friends here, look. And of course, Mr. What about me? Now again, in the background, I've just stamped him just once. I didn't want too much, kept him grey. And I've just added a black Sharpie line round each of mine. Again, I didn't want to make it too complicated. If you want to do them almost like an album, you can have 2 or 3 on a page. Totally up to you. This was day 7, and I had to do this one. How does your garden grow? And of course, with a chicken in it, of course. Can't even say it, can I? Monochrome. So again, that was lovely, just splashing the greys and the blacks around. Beautiful image there. Again, Janet's image is so gorgeous. So what I thought I'd do is just complete the next day to show you just before I go. So what I've done, I tend to do the background first and let it dry, just with it being watercolour paint and lots of water. So it looks nice, and I always go for the colours. So this, I've picked out the green, obviously. Now the prompt for this was day 11, and this was #11 holiday. Now there's lots of beach stamps Janet's made, and I nearly went along the beach, and I thought, do you know what? No, I love this image so much, we can have Christmas. So again, you can interpret the prompt however you want. So I'm going to put this here. Now, so I do need a chicken on here because I do have to stamp him. So let me have a look. And again, do remember, you've got the acetate. So if you're not sure which one, I do like him. If I'm not sure, yeah, I'm thinking we're just going to have him. So I'll put him on a block. He's alive. Now I'm going to use grey to stamp in because I just want him sort of into the background. Because I want a bit of something in the background, but not too much. Don't want to overcomplicate it because after all, the Polaroid, this is the star of the show. So I'm going to offset that there. I don't want it directly in the middle. So let's just put him there. Yeah. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to have some washi tape. Right, see the good. I'm going to use that on my next one. So that's going on my craft mat. Choose happy. I like that. Now I'm thinking, could just put that under. So if that's going to go there. And again, just play around. I'm doing this quite quickly. And on, even though he's just in black and white here, I just want to add with my pencil, I can't resist just adding a little bit of, at the minute I'm really into colouring just grey. So I'm just going to add a little bit of shade. We'll colour his feet. Just so he doesn't look too much like a little ghost. There we go. So that's going to go there. And you know what? I don't think I want much else on there. So I'm going to use my glue. And I'm going to use the pin flare glue. So this is just a glue gel. And the beauty of this is you could always add anything. So I could use this as a bit of a memory book. So I could include, not now, but further down the line, if I've got some memorabilia, some tags, some maybe a little tag that somebody's put on a Christmas present to me. Or for the cookery one, maybe, I just put the lid on this, maybe a recipe card, or, and I could include, you could include all sorts of things in here. And after all, it's your journal. You could add more stenciling into the background. As I say, for me, I love the Polaroid idea so much. I want to keep the background quite plain. Right, so I've moved that round on there. And again, this will give me wiggle time just to place that down. And as you've noticed, I did splash. When I was splashing my orange paint, I got some on here. But you know what? Doesn't matter. It goes with it. I do say sometimes we need to go with what we actually have a lot of the time. And then let's just add, just for a bit more interest, a Sharpie line. And again, I've been sort of doing a bit of variety lines here. So we'll go for a bit of a heart monitor line, I think, on this one. I mean, there's all sorts of lines you can do. You can add your dots, you can do squiggles. I do love the heart monitor though. A couple of dots there, one more squiggle and a dot there. There we go. And I've tried to make each one slightly different. So I think we just need some white splats on there, don't we? And that's another page done. And what I tend to do is let this dry. I'm just going to add some Posca, and then I will turn over, add my paint, my watercolour paint, let this dry, and then decorate that. So let's have a look at my list. After holiday, number 16 is my next one. So that's art lesson. So there we go. Also, maybe I'm going to have some reds and pinks in the background for the next one. As I say, it's just such fun to do. So let's see if we can activate my Posca pen. And let's see if we can get some. I've got one of these that works and one that doesn't. And I've just knocked the one on the floor. Do you know what? When you come into my craft room, right, let's give it a good shake. I don't know about you, but that's better. And I'm thinking we want lots of splatters because it's snowing. And this is where the camera will get covered. I'll get covered. But after all, it is snow, isn't it? Add a couple more on there. There we go. So that's my little page finished. And as I say, once the Posca's dry, I'm going to go over and just add myself some paint and water on there, ready for my next one. And I must admit, I'm having such fun filling this in. So I hope you've enjoyed that. So like I say, this is using Aall Create stamps and stencils and the ones by Janet Klein. And I will just go and add a link for you if you want to find anything out about it. But you know what? Just have fun. And maybe if you don't know about Polaroid, maybe have a look, maybe look it up. If you're that young that you don't remember. So maybe put the kettle on, get yourself a brew, cheeky biscuit and look it up. But if you do remember, like me, I'm sure you're going to have such fun creating these. So thank you for joining me. Love and hugs as always to you. And you take care, please. Take good care of yourself, because you are special. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.